Today, the Communications Ministry has justified the shutdown of the community radio station Radio Tongu in the Volta region. The station was closed down on Wednesday by the NCA on what it says was of national security and in the public interest. It's the latest shutdown of a radio station after Radio Gold, Radio XYZ and others were sealed last year. Since the closures, government has come under some criticism. A pioneer of commercial radio in Ghana, Dr. Charles Brobe, has accused government of stifling press freedom. He argues that the NCA has no right to shut down a radio station on ethical grounds.
Of closing Radio Tongu, the government giving itself the editorial discretion to decide what content is. That is constitutionally defined as the role of the National Media Commission. I don't see any role in NCA deciding what is in the state security when there's a National Security Council, when there's a National Media Council. And in fact, if anybody thought that Tongu had breached any law or any regulations, they should have been so dealt with.
Dr. Charles Brobe there, but Deputy Communications Minister George Anda disagrees. He says the NCA has the power to close it down because Radio Tongu was registered as a community radio station and was in the right of the authorities to suspend it.
I think that we need to put the situation into the right perspective. That radio station have authorization to operate a community radio station. Okay, it's not a commercial radio station, and indeed, if you read the release from the NCA that gives a chronology of the events, I mean, even in 2009, their kilometer of radius was reduced from 25 kilometers to 5 kilometers. Subsequently, after they filed the petition, it was increased to 15 kilometers. There were petitions that have been filed against the content and the activities of this radio station in particular. There was a report that was received from the District Security Council. There was a report that was received from different people complaining about the content. And indeed, what they were communicating was about this separatist movement, about this Western Togoland, which is a national security issue. The National Media, the National Communications Authority called the meeting of all the parties, the district administration, the District Security Council, and the petitioners, including the operators of the radio station. The operators of the radio station didn't honor the invitation, they didn't attend that meeting. So at that meeting, the decision that was taken was based on the information that was available. And indeed, if you do recall, you can do those checks yourself. The operators of that radio station had even previously been arrested by the police for inciting for content that was inciting listeners. You understand? So yes, the National Media Commission is responsible for moderating content. But if you have an authorization to operate a community radio station, which is not supposed to be carrying advertising, and you're supposed to be in community work, and you're operating as a commercial radio station, then the National Communications Authority have every responsibility to make sure that you operate within the authorization that you've been given.
So that's the Deputy Communications Minister, George Anda. Well, let's talk about another station closure. The management of Radio Gold has accused the National Communications Authority of failing to respond to or acknowledge receipt of their application for reauthorization. Radio Gold and Radio XYZ were both shut down in May 2019 last year for operating without valid authorizations. Radio Gold's programs manager, Richard Osei Ejapon, says the station had applied for authorization in June 2019, but the NCA has still not responded.
We made a petition to the Select Committee on Communication in Parliament. We were directed that together with all other affected stations, we should put in fresh applications as requested by the NCA and the Ministry of Communications. We did that. We had a follow-up meeting. At that meeting, we were told that all cases in court should be withdrawn. We've done that too. But in the case of Radio Gold, we put in our application on June 20th, 2019. But as of today, I am speaking to you. Actually, in December, the Select Committee on Communication called us into a meeting to inform us that all efforts they are putting to ensure that this matter is resolved is not getting anywhere because they are not getting any positive response from the NCA and the Ministry of Communication. And so, therefore, that is the best they could do. So, as of now, we've not received any acknowledgement of our application. We don't know whether our application even meets the requirements for fresh authorization. We just don't know. Nothing is happening from the NC.
You had programs manager of Radio Gold, Mr. Japan there. Well, government has confirmed that Radio Gold has started processes for the reauthorization, and JoyNews has contacted the NCA for comment, but officials have yet to honor our request for that interview. This is all the polls with me, Gifty Ando.